Well,
Sure.
Denver Supercross. Going into it, everybody who follows the sport was basically like, look, Tomac has this wrapped up. It's what's Sexton going to do? How close can he get? And the craziest, I think everybody was in awe. Tomac blows out his Achilles in the main event, like 3 laps in. I mean, I was just like, did this really happen? Did this really just happen? I think everybody was like that. Like what's going on? I guess I should start before we get into all that is, what'd y'all think of the track layout? It seemed nothing crazy.
Yeah, it seemed pretty tame. The whoops are pretty tame. Sounds like all the riders were kind of liking that it was a little more tame. Because I heard Kenny was on Pulp the other day, and he was talking about how it was one of the first tracks he rode that like he wasn't just like praying to God every time he was going through the whoop section.
Dude, he was ripping the whoops. Like
everybody was pretty much skimming him the whole race.
Yeah.
I liked it. I mean, that one quad was pretty gnarly that they were doing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I saw some of the 250 guys tried it.
Yeah. I think it's cool when you can have a track where, like, if you want to, I mean, it kind of reminds me of the old days. Like, Stewart was always, like, good for busting out a quad that no one thought was possible. Right. So it's cool to kind of, like, tame it down a little bit to where, like, more than just, like, 1 or 2 people try it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the old Stewart Daytona always sticks out, where he jumped over the wall.
Millsaps used to be real good for popping out a quad. Back in the day, you guys remember, like, they used to build those step-on, step-offs straight out of the corners, and every once in a while, like, people would quad them, like, straight out of a 180 berm. They just, like, seat bounce quad, like, clear the whole section. Like, I thought those track days were the best. Like,
the wall jump was pretty sick that they had too. I guess nobody was doing it, but then they tamed it down a little bit for like the 50 kids, and they cut it down a little, and after that it was like game on, I guess, for like everybody.
Yeah, that one dude in the first 250 heat race, Kelly, was like launching that thing, dude. I remember the watching the heat races. Like, I didn't get to watch it live, so like it was like the first or second lap, and I just saw him like just launch into orbit, like out of the screen. I was like, "Holy shit, what's he doing?" And then they like panned out, and it was cool. Like, it actually looked pretty smooth. I don't know that it was any faster, but it looked cool.
Yeah. I know I saw Kitchen. He was kind of like not doing it, and it didn't really seem like RJ was catching up to him that much. Like when he wasn't doing it and RJ was jumping it, just because like they were going so high. But dude, I bet that was badass to see in person though. I bet because they said that thing was just like launching those guys into the air.
Yeah, it was up there for sure.
Yeah.
That's
like that one jump, dude, when they had in Texas or something like the other year, right? That really big triple. Written, but then they like cut it down before
that was in Nashville at the Super Speed.
Oh, okay.
Nashville. Yeah, that was the Super Speed that created like 160-foot triple or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one dude landed and blew his hand off the handlebars or some shit.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the Pulp MX LCQ challenge?
Dude, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool too. Man, they like raised so much money for that too, like 147,000.
Yeah,
in payout, and then I think another 15 in like those prop bet things that they were doing.
Yeah,
kind of funny. Like on the parade lap, they did like the best like wheelie air and stuff. Like that was pretty cool.
Call it what it is. It's a boner air,
right?
This isn't live TV here, so.
Dude, Freddie Norrin had it and like blew it. He basically had it in the bag.
Dude, that was a $30,000 crash.
Yeah.
The winner got $30,000.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy. I think second place got like 18. I think Cade Clayton got second. He got like 18,000.
I saw Carnow. It looked like he ended up with like $11,000 or something. He got fifth. So
nice. I wonder if he won some props bets too.
He did. He got a couple of the prop bets. I mean, Norrin's kind of been like that though. Like, he's just been like going fine and then crashing. So
Yeah.
nothing new, I guess, there.
Damn, what was I gonna say?
I've been watching. I follow him on Instagram and stuff. Him and his wife have been. They moved to North Carolina area, and they've been working a lot on like Airbnb rental properties and shit. They got a bunch of like cabins up in the mountains of North Carolina. So I think he's just kind of. He's still fast enough to go out and race, but you can tell his mind's not like 100% on racing like it used to be.
Yeah. Yeah, what about the guys for the slowest lap? They were just barely making it.
I loved how at the end, like, all the announcers forgot that it was even a thing. They're like talking, they're like, wait, there's still 2 guys out on the track. Oh yeah, there's the slowest lap.
Yeah. His bike was overheating real bad because he was so slow.
One guy
Cartwright's got a full-time job outside of Ride Moto. So like he works during the week.
Damn. That's
I think a few of those privateer guys do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So props to that's pretty cool. The privateer race was giving all that money away. It's nice for them because they don't make a whole lot.
No, they need. I think Starling was bummed that he didn't get an invite as a wild card.
Yeah, he's too good. He's been so good. All right, so we're getting to Tomac. Man, yeah, just crazy. Season's over.
Heartbreaker, man.
Outdoors is out. But like, I don't know anybody personally that's torn their Achilles, but from what they say, it's brutal. And the way he kind of just rode off like that was just like, I got to get to the medics now.
Yeah, he knew what was up for sure.
Yeah.
My old neighbor tore his Achilles like a few years ago, and it took him like a full year, I think. Really, he was wearing a boot, dude, probably for at least 6 months.
Damn.
Yeah,
I think it took him pretty much almost a year to recover from that. That's like that's a bad injury.
Yeah.
Any of those tendon tear injuries are bad, but I think your Achilles is especially bad.
Yeah.
What do you think happened there? Just G'd out?
Just G'd out, and like they're the custom boots. He probably didn't have it. They're probably a little softer than like the normal stuff that you could get, because those guys never break stuff in. Like they're just brand new.
Yeah.
So combination of the two, and just kind of like a freak thing. Who knows? Maybe he already strained it. And he might not have known. And who knows?
Yeah,
he's 30, so like weird stuff just happens to you.
Yeah, I mean, dude, once you start getting, 30 years old, like if you're doing weight training and stuff, and you're not adding in a lot of stretching, like it can be bad. Like I don't even know when I tore my bicep. I can't remember exactly how old I was, but like there was zero warning. It was just like fine, and then it snapped, and like it wasn't.
Bicep just left the conversation.
Yeah, dude, it was just straight. My arm is not working anymore. So, but like I said, there was no it didn't feel like I had a cramp or any kind of like strain or anything going up to it. It just was like pop, and that was it. And I knew immediately something was not right.
Yeah. I know a guy that there was a dumbbell at a party. This is pretty recent, and he's like, the guy's like, I can't curl it, and he was like, you can't curl that. And he went and curled it, and did the second one, boom, tore his bicep.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. And the doctor was like, look, you don't have to get it fixed, but you can. And he's like, just get me fixed. Yeah. You'll lose 50% of the strength. And so he's like, I want it back.
Yeah, dude, that was a long recovery for just the bicep. So I can only imagine what the Achilles is going to be.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see if he does want to come back and race or not. I'm sure it's going to be kind of like a time will tell situation, but man, we'll see. I'm bummed mostly it's because, man, he was just like, dude, he's on the top of his game, and like, it's just such a bad way to go out,
Yeah.
Especially if we don't see him racing anymore. If that was it, he lost the championship second to last race, 3 laps in, when he had it pretty much in the bag. And man, that sucks, dude.
Stewart basically said he's not going to be back.
Yeah, I think he will.
I saw his interview. He was basically saying that was the last time. He thinks that's the last time we'll see Tomac racing.
Well, dude, that's like Stewart. Remember, like when he got T-boned by Dunge and got that concussion, he was ripping too, man. Like he easily could have won that Supercross championship.
Yeah,
and like that was the last time we saw Stewart for like 5 years. Literally, he just fell off the face of the earth. Dude never came back.
Yeah, I remember Mathis and AC were like, "Where's Stu?" They did like a "Where's Stu's" video.
Yeah.
But guy, I hope that's not the end of Eli. But yeah, I mean, he got into the medical center on Sunday, and they already got it fixed. So
yeah, I mean, definitely helps that he was right there and could go straight to Vail.
Yeah,
and get access to the best doctors in the world, and
yeah. So yeah, Tomac gets injured, so they can't crown Sexton a winner until the actual gate drop on Saturday or something like that.
Yeah.
But Kenny, who's right behind him, he's eliminated.
Everybody knows that Webb and Tomac are not going to be there.
Yeah. So basically, Chase Sexton's won the 450 championship in the craziest fashion ever. He was 18 points down. But you go back to like just even a few weeks ago, Webb is, I don't know, 11 points, 5 points, whatever. I mean, what a crazy turn of events.
Yeah, dude. The end of the season's been pretty wild.
Yeah.
Webb to Tomac to Sexton, three-person change. Has that ever happened?
I don't know. I don't think so. I remember once the race, when Tomac was gone, the race seemed like it was forever on Saturday. Because I was like, well, it's over.
Right.
It's just like,
dude, Roxon, man. Yeah. He was ripping. And dude, he went from last to second.
Yeah.
Like, I think he had probably the best ride that day for sure.
Yeah, kind of went under the radar a little bit because of Tomac, but yeah, Kenny went from last to second.
Yeah. And he wasn't that far behind Chase.
No.
Like he made up a lot of time.
How do you feel like as a privateer that like you were ahead of Kenny and he just, I mean, it's Kenny. Do you think they're like, man, that guy's just so damn fast? Or do you think they're just like, well, I still did all right?
No,
it's Ken Roxon, man. He's one of the best.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kenny gets second. So great ride for Kenny from last to second. And then AC gets third. Remember we were kind of talking last week where like, who's going to get on the box? Like out of who's left? Was it going to be AC or we had someone else? We picked one. Who was it?
Maybe Hill or Nichols. I don't know.
I was thinking Justin Hill.
Yeah.
Hill was right there too.
And both of the Hills that were up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Josh got 7th, right? I think
7th. Yeah, he got 7th.
Yeah.
But yeah, great ride from AC. Hasn't been on the podium in 2 years and just let the emotions out. But
Shane McElrath too, man. He got 5th.
Yeah, he actually started up front. He was leading the race.
Yeah. When's the last time there was 3 Suzukis in the top 10?
Yeah. Well, so I was reading. I heard that they one of the speculations for some of that too is that the Suzuki teams have like been detuned in their bikes. So yeah. So like Roxon and all those guys, they've been running a detuned bike this whole season. So when they got here, most of the other teams, I think it was Carmichael was saying, like most of the other teams are seeing like a 15 to 18% power loss, and Suzuki was only down like 3% because they turned it back up. So it didn't feel like it was much different. So that probably helped a lot on the starts and like just in general. I mean, for Kenny, I mean, he's been riding all year with a detuned bike. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
And Kenny just signed up for a 3-year deal on World SX, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. World Supercross. I heard they offered him like an insane amount of money.
Really?
Like, I heard over $50 million.
50?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, because he already said he was going to race outdoors, so that was like a complete change, you know.
Dang.
It's a lot of money.
Kenny's not, what is he, 28, 29?
Yeah.
Is that 50 total for 3 years or 50 per year?
I think 50 total. Yeah, for a 3-year contract. Like a 3-year guarantee that he's going to do.
That's like NFL money.
I know, right?
Damn.
Yeah.
Good for Kenny.
$16.5 million a year. Just for that season, too. The season's pretty short.
Well, they got it. I mean, to keep that series going, they had to like do something.
Yeah, they needed like the star power.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many people not riding outdoors. Like, there's a bunch of people that want to race that series just because they prefer Supercross more.
Yeah, and I think some of the other guys that, you know, like the guys that just have kind of stopped racing, like Bogle, Freezy, Cole Seeley, I think those guys are all doing World Supercross.
Yep.
And then a bunch of the Europeans will be there, you know.
It'll be interesting to see. We talked about it last week a little bit, but like this Supercross World Championship thing in September.
Yeah.
Dude, what are they going to do? There's like 6 of the top 20 guys that can't race that. Like, they have to bring people up.
Yeah.
From lower in the points. Like,
dude, that's what I was saying the other week. Like, there's so many injuries this season that they're gonna have to change the damn rules, man. Because like they're not gonna not let Malcolm Stewart and like all these dudes race. You know, they're not gonna not let them race because they need those guys there.
You think Tomac is even close to being back by then?
Nope. No.
I don't think it'll take him a year. Like, he's not like our next door neighbor that rips his Achilles. Like, he's gonna be busting his ass to get back in shape. But
will he be back for Supercross next year? January? Maybe.
Yeah.
If he was to do that. But, you know, that's still 8 months. So, I don't know.
It's going to be tight.
Yeah.
And you got to think he won't be able to ride for at least 6.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if he might not even start physical therapy for that long, dude, because I think that's one of those things you really have to stay off of it, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's like 3 or 4 months of you can't do anything.
Right. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. Time will tell. I hope that he comes back, but I don't know, man. He should. I wish it would have been easier if he broke his leg, you know. Like, he'd be back in like 2 weeks.
Dude, when I did all that nonsense to my knee, like, I said the same thing. I'm like, I don't think I'd ever had this thought, but I wish I'd have broke my femur. Like, it would have been a faster, easier recovery than just destroying every ligament in your leg. It's ligaments and tendons are just a different situation, man. You don't even think that you'll ever that thought would never have crossed my mind, but after the fact, I was like, man, like, I really wish I'd have broke my femur. Like, which not fun either, but
right.
One's a quicker recovery and you can get back to it, you know.
It's really crazy though, man. Like, the 450 field is just like on, because Yamaha has nobody.
Yep.
KTM has nobody. Who knows if AP is going to come back? KTM might have no 450 riders still, because a lot of people are saying they don't know if he's going to come back just to race one race, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No Star, no KTM, no gas, no Husky.
It's crazy.
Dude, you know what, though? It's awesome for all the privateers that are getting a chance to get up there
and making some money.
In my personal opinion, like, it's happening whether we wanted it to or not. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there will be more guys that have never made a main that'll be in the main.
Yeah. Do you think? I wonder if there's any like signed a contract that says like if you get top 10 or top 5, whatever, you'll get X amount, and like the owner of the bike's like, he's like, he'll never get that. And now it's like, now you're down to the final race, like, shit, I'm gonna have to pay him some money.
I know Rick Ware Racing right now is like gonna have to file bankruptcy after the season. Well, I know who was it. There's a couple teams. I think Alex Martin, when he was still racing, he had a deal. Was it when he was with Suzuki that if he made it top 3 in points for the season, he got a really big bonus? He didn't have to win the championship. He just had to be top 3 in points. And I think it came down to like one of the last races of the outdoor series. And he wound up not making it because he crashed, but he almost got like a huge bonus because he was like really close to getting top 3 in points. So some of those guys might have that deal. You never know. Kenny might have that deal with Suzuki, top 3, and he's going to get third, dude, by default. He only needs 1 point, I think, to get past Cooper Webb.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what the points were going to be like. Yeah, he only needs 1 point.
Yeah.
So Webb's going to end up getting 4th.
Tomac's locked in 2nd. Sexton's locked in 1st.
Cianciarulo is going to move up from 8th to 7th. He'll pass AP.
Yeah. AP is still questionable, I think. I don't think anybody's really answered if KTM is going to have AP there or not yet. So I think that'll be a surprise if AP shows up or not.
Actually, Hill and Cianciarulo are both tied for 8th and 9th. They both have 191 points. So
nice.
I mean,
who do you think's going to win that one next weekend? You think AC is going to get him?
I don't know, man. He's been riding good. He's been consistently getting better. I think AC will be up there.
Yeah, I think last weekend was I'm sure, confidence booster too.
Oh, 100%.
Because I mean, dude, he almost got 2nd, but Roxon got him there at the end. But he was pretty damn close to getting 2nd.
I don't know. It's. I mean,
I think. Hey, yeah, you're muted, Justin.
There you go.
Jesus
Freaking rookies.
I can see Sexton and Kenny seeing like Sexton kind of like playing a little slow, so AC gets another like podium, like riding behind because they're all buds again.
Well, dude, that's it, right? They're the only factory guys left, right? Only 2 factory guys are left: Sexton and Cianciarulo. Because Roxon, I don't think they're not technically full factory, are they?
I mean, they're not. They're not.
We got Twisted Developments building their motors and stuff. They don't have anything coming from Japan.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Japan basically said we don't even have a R&D team over here anymore. Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But all right, Josh Hill.
I mean, if they got Ken Roxon locked in on the team for a while, dude, like you'd have to think that they'd want to help him a little bit just to like say that they did. But who knows?
Oh, that team I could see like they got Kenny. I'm sure they'll get Kenny next year. They could build a decent little team there.
Because, dude, you got to think like 12 years ago, Suzuki's were like cutting edge because they were the first ones that did fuel injection. Like they were on the cut. They were like the Yamahas now, basically, of like 10 years ago. And like now they're completely at the back.
They literally haven't changed since 10 years ago.
Yeah, they started the whole fuel injection revolution and everything else, dude, but then they just haven't done anything since then. So,
what is their off-road team like? What do they ride? Do they have an off-road bike, or is there any even on an off-road team?
I don't think so.
I don't even think Suzuki fields a GNCC team anymore.
Yeah. So,
wow,
it's mostly Honda and KTM and Yamaha.
All those Austrian bikes.
Yeah, a bunch of them.
And dude, also next year Triumph, like they're coming out with a team next year too. So I'm kind of curious who's going to float over to that place.
Yeah, and then down the road you got Beta, and supposedly Ducati's going to try to make their way in.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That'd be interesting.
Definitely over in Europe first, but yeah, that's what I was hearing.
Oh, so they're doing MXGP first?
I think so.
Damn, dude. All right. Yes, that's cool. That's big money, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go down the list. Josh Hill, Justin Hill 4th, and then Malcarath. Dean Wilson 6th, so great ride for Dean. Josh Hill, Kyle Chisholm, Grant Harland, Starling top 10 for Starling. Dude, did you see though the top 3 guys lapped up to 4th or 5th?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty far up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Starling said he lapped through some people too. I can't remember who.
Cartwright 12th, Cade Clayson 13th, Freddie Noren 14th. So that's kind of a rebound from his privateer race.
Yeah.
Michael Hicks, Devin Simonson. It's Simonson who got the haircut, right? Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
Dude, that thing was bad. Real bad.
Yeah, it was terrible. But
Matt said way too much fun.
Yeah, in order to get the money, he's got to keep it till Saturday.
Yeah.
He's got to show up to Salt Lake City with that haircut.
Like, I'm sure that kid doesn't give a shit.
No. He doesn't even look like a rider, though. No offense to him. He just looks like a dude that like works on bikes or something, the way he just looks.
Yeah.
17, Tristan Lane. Carnell got 18. Lane Shaw, 19. Kevin Moran's 20. Colt Nichols. I never saw his wreck or what happened. Did you guys?
No, I didn't see it.
It happened super early, though. I know that.
And they said it happened right around the same time Tomax happened.
Yeah.
He was ripping that day, too, and I had him in my top 5, unfortunately.
Me too.
Another person wore those purple boots. Bad luck, man.
Right.
Why do you all like those boots? Like the color?
I mean,
I don't know if I've seen them. I need to find a picture now.
they're like lilac purple, like a real weird color. But
yeah,
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I like the brighter shit myself. But
would you rather have the all blue ones or the purple ones?
I don't know. I know back in the day, they always used to say all red boots were bad luck.
Really?
Yeah. Because anytime, like when Reed would always wad himself up, he was always wearing his all red boots.
Oh, dude, were there some same boots Tomac was wearing? Like Alpine Stars? Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, they were.
I think you've got to be like a professional Supercross racer to actually pull them off.
Sexton had them on too.
If you showed up and raced the C class at like,
dude, and Lawrence, they all had them on.
Yeah, they all had them on.
They're A-stars. They're all sponsored A-stars.
I don't know if you showed up. I don't know if you showed up to freaking East Fork MX and raced the C class if they'd really look the same.
Yeah, you're right. It's like this dude's got money, man. He can't ride though.
Right? No. Hey, that's plenty of us.
Yeah, yeah, man.
I don't have money, dude. I'm just irresponsible.
You guys, obviously, I just ride mountain bikes, but do you guys like A-stars over boot-wise over anybody else?
I personally like Garnier better, but I think they last longer. That's why I like the SG12s better.
Yeah, I like Garnier's too. I like CD's pretty good too. But I was an Alpenstar guy for a long time. So
I've never had a pair of CDs yet. I just thought I had a pair of Alpine Stars. I thought they wore out really fast.
Yeah, the feet do. It's kind of a give and take, man. Like you don't want to have not enough traction. Like if your boots are lasting forever, like sometimes they feel like they're too hard or too slippery on the pegs. So
you want to be able to feel what's going on with your feet too.
Yeah, I like the Alpenstars have those replaceable heel pieces too, or in the ball of your foot. You can just replace that pad in between your toes and your heel. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if the Garniers are like that or not, but
yeah, you can resole them and you can do all kinds of stuff with them.
Yeah.
You ever had Fox or Flies?
I've had O'Neills too.
Yeah.
The RDXs.
All right. 450s, Salt Lake. I mean, 450s over. You could tell it's like when when Chase asked, like, where's Tomac? And they're like, he's out. You could tell he's like it doesn't hit. Like, I don't think he thinks about championship. He's just like, what? Like, what's going on? Like,
emotions. I don't think that he knew that Tomac was like out.
Yeah. Do you think him personally is going to be like, well, I don't know. I'd still be like, man, I didn't really, pardon me, I won it.
Like he won it, but he didn't earn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to be in it to win it, right?
He's won a bunch of races, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
that's just Supercross, man. That's how it works.
Yeah.
I mean, the same could be said if Tomac won, because I mean, people have already mentioned it many times. Like, if Sexton hadn't crashed with 2 laps left, he'd have X amount of lead, So, like,
he would have like 40 more points.
Yeah, he would be like 40 points up on Tomac if he didn't have all those crashes. So, like, I don't think at the end of the day, like, I think he knows he rode his ass off this year, and he's been right there. He set almost every qualifying pole of the season. Like, he was up there a lot. So,
a bunch of them.
Yeah, he had a bunch. So, I think he knows he's riding good, and he got what he deserves, maybe, So,
yeah, it'd be different if he wasn't like fastest qualifier or he wasn't ever up there. It just kind of fell in his lap. That would feel a little more different, I think.
I feel like Dungey.
Yeah.
Dungey like hardly ever won.
And I mean,
he won the championship with seconds and thirds.
And I mean, he straight up caught. He chased down Tomac a few times, caught him, passed him, and left him. So, like, it's not like he's not right there. He deserves it. So
yeah. Sexton was the fastest dude this year. He just wasn't the most consistent.
Now, I could see Eli not coming back, thinking, all right, Chase is fast, Jet's coming up, I'm getting older. Maybe that is it,
I could see him. Maybe coming back and doing maybe like a Roxon dude, doing a World Supercross, or something like that. But
dude, that would have been a sweep though to see Jet and Tomac in the outdoors.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to seeing those battles.
Yeah,
and
I was looking forward to seeing also Ferrandis outdoors. How's he gonna do?
Dylan Ferrandis. Man, I don't know. Anybody know when he's coming back? Is he going to be out? Is he going to be back for outdoors? Outdoors starts in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think he's ready.
Or I think 3 weeks after the end of Supercross is Paula. And I don't know. We'll see. I'm curious, like, who else is going to be back? Like, if Webb's going to be back, if Barsha's going to be back. I feel like it's going to be pushing it for some of those guys, but we'll
Webb
see.
said 6 to 8 weeks. Can't even get on a bike.
I think Stewart's questionable too, right? I don't think Stewart is coming back, at least not for the start, because he was hoping he was going to be back to do the first round of the Super Motocross playoff thing or whatever. But
he doesn't like outdoors, anyways.
No, hates it. All right, let's move on to 250s. You want to talk RJ or Jet? Jet winning or RJ? Either one.
Jet won.
What about Jet going down in the heat race? Also wearing the purple boots. Purple boots
looked rough.
Purple boots they were not selling themselves last weekend.
Yeah.
So went down in the heat, came back up to fourth. But I think the main, even though Jet won, we knew Jet was going to win. RJ to kind of like hit neutral in that jump and just chase down Levi Kitchen again was great. That was a great run from him.
And Enzo Lopes won that heat. The Lawrence was in.
Yeah.
That was big. And Mitchell and Oldenburg got second.
He looked pretty good. I thought Lopes looked really good. I was happy for him.
I was hoping he was going to get on the podium, but he got fourth. But I was hoping that he was going to get up there, but I don't think it's going to happen for him this year since they're doing the East-West shootout next week.
I think Lopes will be on a factory ride next year.
Yeah, that'll help. I don't think that he'll be on the podium this year though, because of the East-West shootout next week. There's too many factory guys that will be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great ride from RJ. Dude, I don't know. I'm a big RJ fan. He was killed it.
Track down Kitchen because dude, Kitchen was ripping all day too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I know we're in a text, Aaron, but Dave Kitchen's going to PC. Who else was it?
Shimoda's going to Honda.
Shimoda's going to Honda. Max
Yeah.
Volan's going to Star.
Mixing it up, man.
I know. Mixing it up. I think Shimoda will be good on that Honda.
I can't remember. Somebody said they were going to Gas. Can't remember who though.
I don't know.
They're saying Lopes is questionable because Husky's going to have an open position too.
Yeah.
So they're talking about that could possibly be a landing spot for Lopes next year.
He needs to be on a Yamaha. He needs to be on that Star team.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Levi Kitchen's leaving Star, on his, and he wanted to leave. It's not they were going to re-sign him. I think.
Yeah,
I think he wanted to do something different.
Let's see. So Oldenburg 5th, Max Volan 6th. Dude, Max rides. He's got he looks kind of like he rides with some good flow, but just can't keep it up. Or something always happens.
Yeah, he's like a Pierce Brown. He's fast and crashes.
Yeah. Derek Kelly 7th, Carson Munford 8th. Was it the heat or the main? He came out riding pretty well.
Heat race. He almost won it.
Yeah, right.
He was up there.
Cole Thompson 9th, Robbie Wageman 10th, Dylan Schwartz 11th. Shoot, what's going on?
Olin got second in that first heat.
Derek Drake, he's on he's on a RM 250.
Poor bastard.
Mitchell Harrison, Max Miller. There was something about Hunter Yoder. I can't remember what I was going to talk about.
He got hurt.
He won the shortest person. He won the shortest man award.
Oh, really?
He's the shortest rider.
He did all right. He did all right on the LCQ or the LCQ challenge, but he got hurt in the main.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Politelli, Stapleton. Some of these guys, man, they're just they're making the mains now.
Yeah.
Thury, Amirian, and Ray, Jerry Robin, and Luke. God, man, I'm gonna butcher this last name. Calvistinian. Sorry.
I don't think RJ Wageman has made a main yet this year. Robbie's brother, but he was 50 in the LCQ, so he was only one out of making his first main. So he might get in. I don't know. It's just next week is going to be so weird, because the East-West shootout.
Yeah.
So who knows?
So some guy on Twitter, he doesn't believe, is what a goofy take, that he don't think that Jet and Hunter should represent the number 1 plate. And people are like, wow, this is great. This is cool. What do you mean?
They both are number 1. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I don't know. And I was trying to think the last time 2 number 1s went into the last round. The last time I could think of it, same manufacturer, was Barsha Tomac on Honda. Could be wrong though.
You mean knowing who the winner was going to be before the last round?
So I know Tomac and Barsha both wrapped up their coast. And they went to the last round with 1 East, 1 West.
I think Ferrandis, he won West Coast, didn't he? Or East Coast? Christian Craig, too. I feel like he kind of blew that one out of the water the other year, too.
Yeah, but were they both wrapped up at the same already? I don't think so.
Oh, man, I don't know.
Yeah. What about the year?
I know they both.
Anderson was on Suzuki.
And another Suzuki guy won?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Anderson won a 250 title.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This is the first year though.
Ferrandis has won a 250 title. Christian Craig's won a 250 title. AP's won a 250 title. Malcolm Stewart's won a 250 title. Jason Anderson won a 250 title. Did AC win a 250 title or no?
Outdoors, not Supercross.
Only outdoor. He never won Supercross. I'm just rattling off Supercross right now.
Yeah. I was just trying to think of where they both meet the final round. Same manufacturer.
Justin Hills won a 250 Supercross.
Yeah,
Yep.
Kawasaki. I was thinking of. I think another one would have been Cowie with they had Blake Baggett.
Anderson won the 250 West in 2014.
Yeah, it seems like so far long ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost 10 years.
I'm pretty sure that was when he was on a Rockstar Suzuki.
Yeah.
It was.
And
I got one of his number plates off his practice bikes.
oh, nice.
When he was riding for Rockstar Suzuki.
Remember, he was like not caring, and the team manager sent him home. Like, if you don't want to do this, just go home.
And I brought that number plate with me to Indy Supercross, and he signed it, and he remembered it. He's like, dude, this came off. I'm pretty sure it came off my practice bike, and I was like, yep. I was like, that's
really
the story behind it.
What a
He's
what
like,
a cool event for that guy this year, though, from last year. 7 races last year, not even one podium, and that was in the Triple Crown.
I think he's maybe got like an underlying health issue that probably he hasn't talked about.
Yeah.
So he probably got hurt practicing or something. You know, he's had some pretty hard crashes this year too. So
yeah.
Who knows? He might have something lingering that he hasn't talked about.
Yeah.
I can see that.
What do you guys think of this? Pulp's trying to stir the pot a little bit on the like changing up the season, making the tracks different. Like, what are y'all's thoughts on it?
Like making the tracks easier.
Yeah, I think there's a Kenny was on there. Obviously, like I think they're just there's a lot of people frustrated with how many people are hurt. A lot of people don't like they think the dragon backs are like a little bit past their prime as far as they're just taking people out and they're not really super fun, I guess, as a track feature.
Dude, you think it's the track's fault, or you think it's just because the bikes are so freaking fast?
I think it's a little bit of everything. Like, I kind of weighed in on it just briefly. Like, Roxon's whole thing is he thinks the races should be more like 18 laps plus 2 or something, just because
to make the overall riding shorter.
Yeah, like he's basically saying like for the Triple Crowns, they're damn near doing 3 main events,
right?
Which is just he thinks it's just a lot of wear and tear on their bodies after 17 rounds. Like, and I kind of agree. Like, I personally think if they shortened the races by like 10, 15% overall and used that time and gave it to the track crew to like help groom more, because I know a couple of the guys that groom the tracks and like they don't give them enough time to do what they need to do. Like, they're so strict on their TV schedule stuff. Like, they don't even have enough time to like completely touch every part of the track, you know? Like,
I feel like there's a lot of downtime in those Triple Crown races already.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Yeah. I personally don't like the Triple Crown races.
Shit, dude, they used to do heats, semifinals, LCQs, and main events.
Yeah.
But the racetracks were not as crazy.
And that's when they were only doing 20 laps. And then their races were only like, what were they talking, like 14 or 15 minutes long or whatever when they were doing those 20 lap mains.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean the craziest thing back in those days was like the whoops.
Right.
Like they used to have monster whoops, dude. Like, the whoops now are way smaller than they used to be. Like, when Pastrana and Reed and all those guys were racing, like, there's some freaking huge whoops. But that was it.
I think they should definitely, if they're gonna at least either cut the seat, like going from, like we talked about this last week, from Supercross to outdoors. You're only giving these guys a couple weeks. Give these guys some more time. I don't know. It is. I don't know what to do about like on the track stuff. Like, these guys have powerful bikes, but yeah, you're throwing some weird obstacles in there. I don't know. I don't know. As a fan, you want to see don't want to see anybody get hurt, but you also don't want to see it where it's so slow watching. I don't think it would ever be like super slow, but I don't know.
I think they should get rid of the graded starts.
Yeah,
I think
dirt starts. I think the grades are dumb.
I saw. Well, I think the grates are kind of more of a consistency thing because it's always the same surface taken off.
Yeah, but that's why I want them taken away, dude. Because everybody's too close. I feel like it's going to separate people more.
So I saw one thing. I saw Carrie Hart commented about it. He said his recommendation. He thought it would be awesome if they all went back to like the old days where the only thing you could change was like your suspension and like bolt-on parts. Like so the factory bikes had to run like stock motors.
Right.
So like it would kind of like make everything a little bit more, I guess, a little tighter. Because he's saying like the factory bikes are just so insane right now, which honestly, like Denver was one of those tracks that was kind of tamed down. And I mean, people were over jumping shit and crashing. Like that's what happened to Tomac. Like
that's what they do in NASCAR. That's what they do in NASCAR is have basically a restrictor plate and throttle body, right?
Yeah,
you probably do the same thing with the dirt bike.
I would think so. I mean, people are like, "Oh man, the factory bikes are sweet" or whatever, but like, dude, when you've got factory riders saying that they're terrified every single lap, like that's not good. Like, you know what I mean? like that's that. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like.
What if you like said, I don't know how you would do this, but like, all right, your factory team, you have X amount you can spend on this bike, unless something breaks, obviously. But like, you can only spend because those bikes are 100,000, whatever. You can only spend 75,000 or something that only so they're not so like crazy out of control. I don't know if that would even work, something like that, but kind of cap what the budget on the bike is.
The stuff that they're doing to the motorcycles because they're custom building all these parts like in factory. Like I don't think that they can put like a price tag on some of the stuff that they're building because, dude, who knows how many man hours and stuff are going into like the research and development of these parts and like the materials that they're using, like titanium and magnesium and stuff and all kinds of crazy stuff. Dude. So
yeah,
I feel like that'd be hard to like police because
yeah,
you don't know how many man hours are happening in Japan. You know,
I remember when Stewart was on JGR. They couldn't put a price. Someone asked like how much the forks cost because Stewart's forks are like always like mega, just insane, like so stiff. How he loved them, and they had so many like custom valves and stuff. Like one guy threw out just a random number. He's like probably like upwards of $100,000, like just for the forks.
Yeah,
on that bike. So
just because of the amount of man hours that have gone into like the R&D.
Yeah.
And building them.
I mean, dude, they all got like titanium tanks and like carbon fiber tanks. Like, yeah, the factory bikes are just. I think that would be another thing that would kind of make it a little bit more fair between the privateers too. Like, I mean, it's not a secret. Like, it's always been known. Like, the privateers just their motors just aren't there. Maybe a couple of them, but I don't know.
Yeah, the 450 class, I feel like the motors maybe aren't quite. I feel like the horsepower issue isn't there for the 450s. It's mostly the 250s,
right.
You know.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They're probably running their horsepower is probably a little closer to the same.
But doesn't the 250 class they have more restrictions on what they can do to the bikes already, don't they?
I don't know.
Or is it just open game for them?
I don't know. If you listen to a Star, it sounds like it's pretty much open game because those things sound ridiculous.
Right. I mean, it's still not as crazy in the U.S. as it is MXGP though, because I mean they can literally do anything to those because over here we got to run production frames and stuff, and little things like that. Over there, they can do whatever they want, dude. They can build custom race frames, different geometry for whatever racetrack or rider wants, like whatever they want, dude. They can do MX with the MXGP guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they can do. You definitely don't want riders getting hurt, but like, I don't know. You don't want the tracks to be boring either.
I think the bikes are just so fast, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hopefully they come up with something.
I do like watching outdoors though when they were like fourth gear, like especially watch Shugo doing that like ski jump like downhill. Like I like watching that a little bit more.
I mean, dude, I love the chaos though too.
Yeah. It's true.
I like outdoors anyways, man. I like watching the outdoor races. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Viewing wise can be a little tricky sometimes because like the tracks are so big, you only see a certain section, but still, it's
that's why the money's in Supercross, dude.
Yeah.
Pack them into the stadiums and sell them $13 beers.
All right. So Salt Lake, Chase won it. Do you think besides Kenny and AC, anyone else is on the podium? I wouldn't think so.
Hill has a shot.
Yeah.
Hill or Nichols, maybe. I don't know.
As long as Nichols isn't like hurt.
I didn't think Kenny was gonna make the podium. When I saw he came around, he was like 20th. I'm like, dude, he ain't getting up there.
Yeah, he's ripping, dude.
Yeah.
I
would love to say Enzo Lopes in the 250s, but
you got a lot of people.
Not going to happen.
Yeah,
that kid's cornering speed was so freaking insane.
He came out of that like turn, like just.
Dude, he was railing those left-hand bulls. Like,
I think it's going to be the RJ and Lawrence brothers show next weekend.
I think Deegan will try to get up there.
Oh, man, he's fast, dude, but he's just not as fast as Kitchen, and he's not as fast as Thrasher. Is Thrasher still in, or is he gone?
Yeah, he's out.
He's out.
I think Deegan will rub elbows. That's the only thing, though, to get him up there.
Jordan Smith and Levi Kitchen, I think, are faster than Deegan, but I don't know, man.
You think that's why Kitchen's leaving? Because Deegan's on Star?
Dude, they got so many. They got a lot of 250 kids. I think he's leaving just because I don't think he's getting very much attention. Probably while he's there, you know.
I mean, pro circuits. That's kind of the holy grail of 250 teams. So that's what people always want to be on. You know, when they're little kids, like they always want to be on a pro circuit Kawasaki. So.
And they don't have as many riders right now too, so maybe he'll get a little bit more personable treatment there, as opposed to having like 6 250 or however many 250 guys. Yamaha has a bunch.
Yeah, they got a bunch.
So like, I don't know if Pro Circuit's going to re-sign Austin for next year. They got what's that one kid? Is his name Jet or something or no? Jet Reynolds. So I think Levi's probably like, dude, I'll be the main guy over here.
I think they're moving Ryder DiFrancesco up for outdoor nationals. Yeah. I think he's racing nationals.
Yeah, I think Kitchen probably saw all that. And he's like, well, I'll probably be the number one rider on this team, or most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah. For 450 outdoor, if you picked your title winner right now, who you taking? Sexton?
For outdoors?
Yeah.
Man, I think it's gonna be Jet or Chase.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Definitely gonna be a red bike.
If Ferrandis is back for round 1, I don't know. That might throw a monkey wrench in their plans.
No.
You don't think
Not
so?
for a whole season. I don't see it. I think it's going to be a red wave next year, dude, or this year. Yeah. 250 and 450.
Yeah.
Who's your Oh, 250. I'm not taking Hunter out. I just don't think Hunter. Who's your dark horse 450? That could possibly be a contender. I don't even know anybody, man. Honestly, Kenny's going World Supercross. Tomac's out. Webb's out.
I'm gonna say AP.
Yeah, that's the name that was coming to my head. Like, if he hadn't just gotten hurt, I would be a lot more confident in saying it because that kid can roll outdoors.
Yeah.
So, and he's been feeling really good on the bike, looking great on it. So
yeah, he almost won. He almost won Supercross race. You know? Yeah. So he's got the speed.
I saw on the podium they asked RJ, like, "Are you riding 450 or 250 outdoor?" He goes, "I just re-signed 250, so 250." Like, I mean, I guess at the. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't think he was going to do 450 either.
I wonder when's Craig coming back.
Dude, yeah, I was going to say who's even going to be on Husky in 450.
I don't know.
They need Starling, or they need what's his name?
Starling said he's not racing outdoors.
Yeah, Joey Savacci, if he's been riding.
Oh, if he got offered up a factory ride, dude, you know he's going to do it. He'd have to.
Maybe Joey's just being quiet, but he's acting like on Twitter that he don't even have a ride right now.
Savacci?
Yeah.
You would think that somebody would pick him up. He was riding pretty good this year.
Yeah.
Dude, I wish Gas would pick up Starling.
Yeah.
I know, right?
At least give him a factory ride for the last round to see what he did.
Yeah, like
they're gonna be there anyways.
KTM did that for Moran's. I don't understand why they wouldn't just let him ride the bike for a race. You know,
we need to bug the shit out of Barsha.
What's it gonna hurt? You know?
Like just keep saying, Barsha, let him have your bike.
Yeah.
Make a phone call.
Yeah. Dude, if Dylan goes down in outdoors, Star won't have anybody. Hope he doesn't go down.
I wonder if Star would move somebody up.
They should.
Yeah.
They should now, honestly.
Yeah.
Like Yamaha's not going to have, other than Ferrandis, they aren't going to have any 450s, are they?
No, because I think Cooper's riding 250 too. So
yeah.
Cooper's going to be racing, just not on the 450.
Right.
They're moving him back down. Yeah, I don't know, man. Who knows?
I could see Jay Coop being up there in 250. I mean, you got Jay Coop, RJ, Hunter.
With Tomac being gone, Coop might be on the 450 now. Who knows? That plan might have changed.
Dude, they can't do that to him this late, right before outdoors. If he's been prepping to be on a 250, like they can't just like, oh, you're on a 450 now. Like, I mean, I guess they could, but that would be cool.
You think you'd want to do it though, because like it's the premier class and there's more money. You know.
Right now they have Dylan, so they're just hoping. Now, if Dylan goes down and Jay Coop's not doing so hot, I bet you they'll move him up.
Yeah, Justin was doing pretty good on the 450.
Yeah, he rides a 450 pretty good once he figured it out.
Dave, were you the one saying he's like a really tiny dude?
Oh, he's tiny. They're all tiny.
They're all tiny.
Yeah. He's just super, super tiny.
They all look like midgets next to me, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like
they kind of look like jockeys.
Yeah. I'm like 6'3" and they're like 3'6".
Yeah.
So, did you guys ever watch the post race interviews? They asked Sexton about being, or he's like, yeah, I've always gotten crap for being big and bulky. But where they asked him about that, and he's like, I'm fine. So
I think having the extra muscle, dude, saves you from injuries.
Yeah. I'm wondering when he goes I'm sure he signed with KTM when he goes what's the guy's name? Out in Baker's place, if he's like, look, I'm staying this size. Because his guys are like,
I wonder if they're gonna make him train there.
I don't know. I think it's part of it.
Yeah, dude, you're crazy if you make him change anything that he's doing.
Right.
I know.
Like, he's like a machine right now. He is so in tune with his bike, and like I personally I think it's I wonder if he doesn't back out. Like,
I'm surprised he's going. I'm surprised.
He is not going to ride that KTM as well as he rides that Honda. There is no way.
Oh yeah, by the way, I saw on Twitter, Coupe the Star is finalized. Coupe going to Star.
Justin Cooper?
No. Cooper Webb next year.
Oh, Cooper Webb. That's a done deal. Shit.
Yeah.
Man, that might be big for Cooper Webb.
Hey, that you know what they say? That's where people go to retire.
Well, yeah, he just seems like he was fighting that bike a lot this year, that KTM. That's why I'm surprised that Chase is going over there. Because, dude, with all the trouble that they seem like they've had with the bike and all the riders complaining about it, like, dude, why the hell would you want to move over there? They must be paying him a shit ton of money. That's all I can think of.
Yeah, I think that Honda can still match it though. Honda's not going to do that with Jet coming up.
Dude, I honestly don't think Honda. They don't do that. They don't do the whole match thing.
No,
that's not how the Japanese companies do it.
So, guy I've been working with, he lives in Orlando, and I was like, "Hey, what's Claremont like?" Because they all live there. He goes, "Oh, that's becoming high dollar. That's high dollar down there." He's like, and he goes, "That's the only place in Orlando that has hills." And he's like, "That's our only hills in Florida." And I was like, "That makes sense too."
Yeah.
But he said it's nice. It's a nice area. But yeah, Sexton. I don't see Honda keeping Jet and Sexton a whole another year
together. I don't know.
Then there's also talks that Hunter just comes up after the summer, and then he's up on 450 for next year.
If Hunter wins the outdoor title, I could see that happening. But
yep.
I think maybe Chase has already signed. Unless there's some kind of thing in his contract that says if Hunter's up, I'm out. If he stays, I don't know what happens there.
No, I don't think they have anything like that.
Yeah. All right, boys. One more round to go. We'll try to keep it entertaining as much as possible, even though it's we already know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Hey man, you don't ever know what's going to happen in the mid pack though. So
yeah,
could get wild.
The main event's going to be like an LCQ.
Dude, LCQ guys are going to be sending it too. And hey, don't forget the LCQs during the day, right?
What?
For the East West.
Oh yeah.
The 250 guys, they're running LCQ during the day.
Yeah.
And it should be pretty interesting.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. You guys have a good night, and see you here in a week.
Yep.
See you guys.